Hey, welcome back to Out of the Box Church Podcast. I'm Pastor Dustin. Thanks for joining. Today, I have a very special guest here, a local legend in the community. Is it right to call you legend?
Yeah, I like that.
All right, I have Dillard Cosby with me today. This is the owner and operator of Arrows Contracting.
10 Arrows Contracting, Septic near me, and then we've started to dive off into the real estate sector pretty hard.
Come on now. Septic near me, and we got the contracting as well. So contracting, let's talk about that too, because I see your signs, I see your stuff going everywhere right now, man. I drive by it every day on the golf course out here that they're building, and so you guys are got work going all over the place now, huh?
Yeah, we really have a deep love for our community. I was born and raised in Blanchard, and I remember whenever I first started my business, I was looking at where I wanted to go and where I wanted to put my business. It really makes a statement about who you are. And I just remember thinking, I want to place it in Blanchard. Yeah. I want my employees to spend their money in Blanchard, and I want to spend my time and money in Blanchard. That's cool. I think it's really been good for us because I think Blanchard sees that and feels it. And we end up getting a lot of the earthwork in Blanchard and Newcastle and right in this area. Yeah. We've been really fortunate to work 30 minutes from home almost every day.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you've lived here in the community. Your family's been here for a long time as well. Yeah. Huh? I mean, you guys have been Blanchard for a long time.
My whole life.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, man. I think that's very commendable. People do take notice of that stuff. So I just want to thank you again. For those who don't know, 10 Arrows Contracting, Dillard here, he's also one of our sponsors for our upcoming Ribs and Rods event. And so I just want to thank you for supporting in this local community and what we're doing. Yeah. That event coming up June 27th is going to be a fun time and have a great community event, but we're also grateful for your support in that, man.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. It's pretty cool to be a barbecue judge.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have lots of ribs. So right now, I think the last count we had 10 vendors, and we're gonna have over 1,000 ribs by just those 10. I'm hoping to get 5 more vendors signed up for the rib competition. A total of 15. We're gonna have to cap it, but we're gonna have a lot of ribs to eat that day, man. So we need to have a lot of community involvement and support to come on out for it. We have 50 cars. I think we have 40 of them signed up so far already. So if people don't sign up, there's going to be a lot of people show up the day of, and they're not going to be able to come for their car either.
Yeah,
so,
it's going to be a packed house around here.
It's going to be good, man.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to have you judge on the cars. We're just going to have a judge's choice of your favorite. So we're not having a whole bunch of categories this year, our first year. So we're just going to have a fan favorite, and we're going to have a judge's pick as well.
I love it. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad to be a part of it. I think what you're doing is really cool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You know, all of it is to support mission work that we do in Guatemala. And so that's one thing we're doing is 100% of all the proceeds that day go for Guatemala. So, we'll have a fireworks stand going as well. I encourage people to, hey, come support that as well, because it's all funding something pretty special. So I'm going to have some videos coming out too about what we do and the work we do in Guatemala too.
We need to talk fireworks too. We do a pretty decent sized fireworks show every year, kind of to give back to the community.
Oh, cool.
And I'd be interested in kind of talking fireworks with you.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Talk about that. When y'all do that?
Well, we've done it the last 2 years, and it's kind of one of those things. I'm a little back and forth on it this year, because the first year it was a real family and customer oriented thing, and about 150 people showed up, and it was quite a bit. It was more than I was expecting. Well, last year there was about 400 that showed up.
Oh my gosh!
Right there at my shop in Blanchard, and it got a little overwhelming. So I think I'm going to tighten the rope on it a little bit this year, slow it down a little before it gets out of control.
Yeah.
Just focus on really, really tight community and friends and customers we do business with.
That's cool.
Just something to give back to them and show our appreciation. We typically cook like a couple pigs and feed everybody.
Awesome.
Do fireworks and have vendors and all that.
That sounds like a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So y'all shoot a show there too, huh? When you did in the last time?
Yeah.
That's good,
and
man.
Last year we didn't have a whole lot of money to put in. Last year was a kind of a tough year in business. So we had about $4,000 to put into the fireworks show.
Yep.
And probably 20 different people just showed up with truck bed loads of fireworks. I mean,
so just quite the show.
Donating and giving them to us without us even asking. And
that's awesome.
I mean, we probably had a $20,000 show.
Golly,
it was crazy.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. I love your shop too. For those who don't know where it's at, go by there. It's a big shop that has a silo bin on the corner of it too. It's really cool, man. I like how you did that.
Yeah, I wanted something unique. I wanted something a little different. And for anybody thinking about building a grain silo onto a building, definitely pull out your checkbook, because there's not a single thing in the construction industry that's designed to be round.
Yeah.
So when you're adding a round building to a square building, man, it's a chore.
It's hard to make it fit right, huh?
We're still
keep
fixing
it waterproof.
leaks. Yeah. That'll
But
go on
I like
forever.
unique and different. You know me. I mean,
Yeah.
I live in a shipping container home, and it's a 3-story made out of containers, and it's difficult. It was difficult to do, and it's hard.
I've seen some of those guys where they'll actually do like grain silos with shipping containers in between and kind of combine the two, and that's pretty dang cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I like stuff that's different and unique like that. It's really cool. So I think it's pretty awesome. Let's talk about your business a little bit more though, man. So when did you guys found that business? When did you find
So I started 10 Arrows Contracting in 2018.
Okay.
And either a month before or a month after my mom started the coffee shop in Blanchard.
Yeah.
And then about 2 years in, I noticed that my winters were always slow. I didn't have a whole lot of work in the winter. So me and my dad sat down and decided to start 10 Arrows Roofing.
Okay.
Well, right about the time we started that, 10 Arrows Contracting seemed to ramp up. And so my dad runs the roofing, I run the contracting, my mom runs the coffee shop. But it's really become, I feel like we've done a good job branding it. And I think what people think when they hear 10 Arrows Contracting is honest people, good people.
Yeah.
The employees at 10 Arrows Contracting, if you run into them at town, they're opening doors for you. They're greeting you. They're truly good people, and that's our goal. Is we want to give back and we want to build people.
Yeah.
I always say I'm not in the dirt work business. I'm in the people business.
It's good.
So we're heavily focused on team growth and building people and making sure people are going in the right direction.
Any successful company, you got to have that.
Yeah.
You know, ministry, anything. I mean, it's all about people and building people and having personal development in that process. And so I commend you for that, because a lot of people don't ever get to that point or realize that and the importance of that. Because you want to have a successful company, it is, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pretty irrelevant without all my employees.
100%.
I mean, you can't do much without people.
It's true.
And people want to know you care about them. So that's been our goal, was to just create an atmosphere and an environment where people just feel loved and feel like family and feel like it's real.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
I think I would say that's the biggest attribute to our success, is just people.
Yeah.
We care about people and we hire good people with good morals.
Well, just for starting, and not that long ago, it's just a few years ago, man. I mean, that's not that long you've been in business. You've had some explosive growth. I mean, you've got a lot of employees. That's a fast trajectory of growth to where you have to manage that. And so that's been pretty difficult, huh? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
Some challenges in that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough because you gotta maintain the growth, but also you gotta maintain the people to handle the growth. So
about 2 years ago, we had 3 employees. And I was out on all the jobs. I was running the dozer. I was right in the middle of everything that went on. And we landed a couple big projects, and I went from 3 to 20. And it doesn't sound like that big of a jump, but I mean, it was.
No, it does.
I'm still trying to slow down, to be honest with you. We're close to 30 guys now, but when you create that much momentum and that much speed and debt, it takes a minute to slow the boat down a little bit and find a happy medium. But I think growing that fast exposed a lot of weakness in our company and a lot of places where we could improve, for sure. Yeah. So we've really slowed down in the last year and focused on doing less but doing it better.
I got you.
So that's been our goal, is to not just take everything. We want to work with people that really match up with us.
Yeah. And good fit. Yeah. That's important. It's really important. So not only, so you mainly started with all the big equipment, doing house pads.
Yeah. So
sites for commercial, all stuff like that, right?
Yeah. So day one, I mean, out of high school, I went to college and rode bareback bucking horses for about 2 years.
Man, that's a real dude right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Not a good career sport. So I got out of that and did a couple cattle deals in town and got the banker to trust me, and went and bought a skid steer and an old beat up 7.3 truck.
Yeah.
And started chasing work.
7.3s are workhorses, man. I love those. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. This one had about 500,000 miles on it. So it had seen better days, but it worked and it got me started. But I remember in those early days, I had that skid steer, but I could never keep it busy. So really I was a drywall guy and a painter and a fencer. And I would always advertise that, there's no job too big or small or too dirty for us. You sign us up and we'll do it. And I remember this lady called me. She had a bunch of pit bulls living under her mobile home. And she said, I'll give you $500 to get these pit bulls out. And, $500 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I dove under there and started dragging them out. And this pit bull got a hold of my leg and tore my leg all up. And I'm jammed under this mobile home. But just very humble beginnings in those first 2 or 3 years. I mean, we wouldn't have any work, and I would get in my truck at 6 a.m. and go park at Domino's in town. And I would literally wait until I saw people that either looked like they had money or cowboy-looking guys that I knew, had land and cows.
Yeah.
And I'd just walk up while they're fueling up. I'd start talking to them. Yeah. And believe it or not, I got 20 or 30 jobs that way. Sometimes that was the difference in shutting the business down and surviving.
Wow.
So,
wow. That's a cool story, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You talk about hustling. Get out there, huh?
Have to.
You no excuses. Just got to go get it done. I love that. I like that. I think that's missing a lot in our culture today, and a lot of the, this younger generation needs some of that grit. A little bit too. I think. So,
yeah. And I don't know where all that started. It seems like the generation above them's to blame. Really, to be honest, I think. Yeah. I think it's the way that we're raising people. I think we've got pretty complacent on our phones and social media, and just the world's distracting. And I think it's easy to not focus on what really matters.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I love to see young guys getting out and being hustling. I mean, I did that for years. I mean, even in high school, I was playing 3 sports. In the evenings, I was getting old fence panels that people were throwing away, the wooden fence panels.
Yeah.
I'd go pick them up when they're just throwing them out. I'd bring them home. I'd denail them and stack them all in inventory. Yeah. And then I'd make yard benches and chairs and stuff. When I was in high school, I'd make 2 or 3 during the week, and I'd go sell them at a farmer's market on the weekend. Yeah. But I still had to be all the sports and stuff, so I couldn't really have a job. But I was doing that to make money, and I was making several hundred a week doing that in high school and just hustling, just doing something, just finding a way to make money and doing some way to be productive.
Yeah, you talk about the younger generation. I can't help but kind of defend them a little bit, just because luckily I was when cell phones really just got started. I know a time before cell phones, but all these younger kids in this younger generation, they don't understand that. They've never felt that. Yeah. But I will say there is some hustlers out there, especially around Blanchard.
Yeah, there are.
Some of my little brothers, you look at your sons. I mean, there's some hard work.
I was saying, you remind me a lot of Journey. I mean, I helped coach Journey in Little League and stuff, and you remind me a lot of Journey. Yeah. Not only y'all built similar, but just
we're kind of spitting image. Yeah,
you look a lot
alike. Yeah,
but he's definitely a hard worker like that too.
Journey's great, dude.
Yeah, he's a good kid. So I believe my boys they're learning how to work hard too. I got one in here in studio right now helping switch the camera for us. But same thing. I think that's a big deal. I think that's awesome. So we need that, especially in businesses. In your business in particular. So.
Yeah, that's what we're begging for. And you look at kind of the industry. A lot of these older guys are retiring and going out. There's not a lot of guys replacing them. So when I talk about growth in people, we've really focused on bringing younger guys in. Yeah. And it's about a 2 to 3 year investment for us to get them where we want them to be. And a lot of times they leave in the meantime. But we're finally starting to see some of the fruits of our labor on that. And we got a couple young guys that are, now 25 years old that have been with us for 5 years that are hard workers and know exactly how we run our business. So we're really focusing on kind of not looking for experience, but looking for personality and morals and values.
Right. Then you can train them on that side, what you need to do. That's good. Yeah. So let's talk to you about, so you did all the dirt work stuff that you're doing and have been doing from the beginning, but when did the septic stuff come into play? And let's talk about that just for a few minutes so people know exactly what all you're doing.
Yeah. So septic near me, I originally... BJ Anglin bought it from Ray Williams. It's been around since, I think, 1967. So it's been in Blanchard for a long time, but BJ was just ready to retire and ready to get out of it. And he had a lot of offers and a lot of people wanting to purchase it, but he told me he really wanted to make sure that it matched up with his morals and his values.
That's cool.
And me and BJ think a lot alike. We take care of our customers a lot alike. So it just made sense. Yeah. It was an easy transition. So I bought Septic near me about 2 years ago. We rebranded it, and we're trying to grow it a little bit. It's definitely slow and very staged growth, but it just matched up with the dirt work side. Yeah. If we're out there doing your pad and your dirt work for your house, we might as well be the ones doing your septic and your landscaping and your sod too.
Right.
So our focus has been to try to be a little bit more of a turnkey option for people. If I'm building a home, I got to deal with 32 different contractors
It's true.
on that home.
Yeah.
If I can help you eliminate 5 of them, you're going to love it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're going to be there when you say you're going to be there and do what you say you're going to do, that's a major plus too.
Yeah.
I've been on that home building side.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating a lot of times.
Yeah. You're always fighting, trying to get people to show up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's awesome, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely appreciate all that, man. I really do. So, I think that's awesome. And, you and I, we've met and talked a little bit, even when we met, you were sponsoring in our show coming up.
Yeah.
And just had a little bit of conversation as well, just about, the importance of, like you talked about building good team people in your workspace. And even you talked a little bit about like just your beliefs, your heart.
Yeah.
I like to hear some of that as well. Cause being a pastor, I always got to go there and ask people like, you grew up knowing the Lord and God's really working on you, done some things in your life in the last few years as well, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to share any of that stuff?
Yeah.
Encourage somebody. People may be listening. Hey, listen, this is a good place to talk about some of those real things too.
Yeah. No, we can dive into that. I think to be honest, the Lord has blessed me beyond belief and almost to the point that there's been times in my life where I almost feel too busy.
Yeah.
I'm too busy to reach out to God, but I'm really trying to focus when I talk about people and people development. I know that I was put here for a reason to run this business and be the leader of these people, but I know I need to be doing more. So it's really been pushing on me a lot lately that I want to start sharing the gospel.
Yeah.
I want to start getting my guys in church and driving these people in a good direction. I want to help them with their home life and beyond just what happens at work. So there's almost been a little bit of a lack of direction. And I talked to you about it a little bit, about having you kind of come in and maybe help me or coach me up. And
I love that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not, I haven't spent a whole lot of time talking in front of people. So it's, that's an acquired thing.
It absolutely
learn that
is.
and get better at that.
Is. Yeah. And it's something that develops, I believe. I've told people this, and some people that may listen don't know this about me, but our church knows it because I've said it a few times from the pulpit. But, in college, when I went to college, before I had my encounter that I had with the Lord, I actually failed public speaking class.
Oh, nice.
I had to drop the class because I couldn't do it. I was shaking so bad in front of the class. I couldn't read even what I written. And I ended up dropping the class in college. And so then I had this radical encounter with the Lord. It was like a Paul on the road to Damascus, like supernatural encounter that I had where it was just radical change in my life, changed my heart. Immediately, everything in my life changed and I was on a different trajectory. And a few years later, I ended up going to ministry school. And even in ministry school, it was hard for me to give a 5-minute, message to my class. It was difficult. I was real nervous and just all the things. It just gets, when you're up there, until you learn to work in some of those things, it's really difficult. And I remember even telling the Lord, at that time, I'll go to Africa, go to anywhere in the world, live in a mud hut, like do anything, in a mission field. I went for missions my second year in ministry school. And I said, I'll do anything but pastor. I do not want to pastor people. Yeah. So I told the Lord, and then here we are 20-something years later, and then here we are right in the middle of it. I just think God has a good sense of humor and things like that. But I'm just saying all that to say that things develop in us and change. We all have giftings and things that are in us, but some of those things take time, and it takes opportunity and effort to really learn how to navigate that and do that and get comfortable in it.
I think it's part of that growth that we talked about earlier.
It absolutely is.
It wasn't very long ago I was just talking to 3 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'd have our meeting and that's pretty simple and close, but when you get into 20, 30, 40 people, it's like, oh wow, I got an audience here. I got to really pull it together, and you're looking across the room, looking at people's facial expressions, trying to decide if they think you're funny or think you've got anything good to say.
Oh yeah.
But
that's a weekly look for me.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It is. It's unique to get comfortable in those situations. But I commend you for doing that, man, and wanting to do that, because that's big. I think that's huge. I think even from a business standpoint, if you're a business owner and you're a Christian, you're a believer in Christ, like any business opportunity we have is the Lord's. He's given you the gifts. He's given you the talents to do all those things. Everything we own is his, and look at it like a ministry to service not only his people, but to do something good for the kingdom and building people. He's in the people business. Yeah. That's what he's about. You know what I mean? So that's what we need to be about. We need to be about his business, and that's, goes right into to building people. So. Yeah,
I think a really good example is actually B&H in Goldsby. Have you paid much attention to them? They take a lot of convicts straight out of prison and put them through kind of a rehabilitation program and get them back on the ground, get them a job, get them housing. And I've gone to that church in Goldsby a little bit over by Libby's, and I've noticed that there is 50 B&H employees in there every Sunday. And I started talking to the Bellers, the owners of B&H, and that's really a big thing for them is they want to bring their employees closer to God. They want to develop and grow their people.
It's cool.
And it's just so cool to see the power of what you can accomplish as a business owner. And I think a lot of us are missing the mark on that. I think a lot of people, that I have the audience, I have the employees and their families that come to Christmas and all of our events every year. Yeah. And so now it's on me to step up to the plate and grow and develop these people the way I know I should be.
Well, that's true. I mean, it all starts with us and keeping ourselves where we need to be, right with the Lord and in the Word, and having something, in us to share, that God can flow through us and speak some words of life and encouragement. So, that's wonderful. So I think it's awesome that you're talking about those things and it's stirring on the inside of you. That's wonderful. I think it's great.
I think it's my wife. Yeah, I married the best woman in the world, and man, from day one, she's just brought me closer to God.
That's awesome.
I mean, she's got a way of sending me in the right direction.
Yeah.
And before that, I was a little reckless. I've got a history of being pretty wild and out there, and man, she really reined me in and just changed the way I think. To be honest, I'm so much more focused on family and God. And
that's awesome. Yeah, you got to have a good woman.
You do.
You need one to keep you in line, keep you on track. So I definitely understand that. I wouldn't be anywhere doing what I'm doing today or close to it, I don't think, if I didn't have the right woman that's been by my side this whole trip. So God knew what he was doing when he, in my stupidity, just somehow hooked us together. You know what I'm saying? He knew he had some forethought for me. So I think that's awesome. I haven't got to meet her yet.
You will. Yeah, she'll actually be at the Ribs and Rods. Okay. I'll bring her to the event. Awesome. I'm going to drag a bunch of my family.
Man,
here.
Bring them all. Yeah, bring them all. I've been wanting to, just get everybody to that event. It's going to be for a good cause. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be good competition. I'm still looking for about 4. I think it's only 4, maybe 5. I think it may be 4 though. People that want to enter in the barbecue ribs. So the people that are in the contest, they're having to bring a minimum of 8 racks of ribs. And so the reason why it's so many, that's their entry. Okay, but they're bringing that, and we'll have tables in the sanctuary set up, and they're going to be basically giving ribs out throughout the day because people can get a wristband, a little donation, get a wristband, and they get to go sample some ribs.
Nice.
And then they get to go vote. So people are going to be voting, and that's how we're getting rid of all the ribs. And there's no entry for the rib competition. The entry is the ribs that they're bringing.
Nice. Okay.
Some people said, "Hey, I'm bringing 20 racks." I said, "Okay, bring whatever." That's great.
That's awesome.
So we're going to have a lot of ribs that way, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's just going to be good competition, but there's gonna be some good food though too.
So is this year one of a yearly event?
It is
every year. Try to grow it and develop it.
Exactly our thoughts. We're going to try to do it every year. So we'll also have some pulled pork lunch plates if people want to go that route, and just a little deal for lunch. And we'll have an inflatable bounce house out here for the kids to jump in and play. And we'll also have Okie Bean Coffee trailer out here. So they're going to be doing some stuff. They're giving back to the event too, portion of all their sales. And so Chris Wittenbach, at the city, he's going to be DJing and MCing the whole event for us. He's going to have the stage set up and doing all that. And we'll have a lot of people here, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We've done a couple events, and it's always scary leading up to it.
And it is. I'm like, I don't know what to expect. I mean, I have tons of people say they're coming, and I don't know. I mean,
you don't know if there's going to be 13 or 300.
Exactly. And right now, I mean, we got 90. Well, I got 90 volunteers that have signed up. So I know we're going to have at least that many.
Plenty of people to take care of.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm hoping that it brings, at least, hopefully 1,000 or more, in here and through here that day. And so there'll be there'll be a lot of people and families coming with the cars and stuff, but it's going to be for a good cause. And we're hoping it'll do well, because we need quite a bit for Guatemala, man. I mean, what we do, it's a unique thing that we do in Guatemala. So I'll just share that real quick.
Yeah, let's dive into that.
People know, just because, I mean, when we went 4 years ago, we went with another group and we'd see different needs being met. And this particular group worked in this landfill for the last 15 years, and they've built an entire community where these people live in these landfills in horrible conditions, and they built a school there, and they've transformed this whole community over the past 15 years.
Landfill.
Yeah, like trash, like horrible condition landfill. And so when we started coming, we got hooked up with a few other pastors over there in their churches in these real rural areas, and the pastors struggle to even, eat and pay the bills, because they're working jobs and they're trying to run churches, and they don't really have any support or any help. And so this past year was the first year that I'd been talking to 12 pastors and these different rural communities, and just really pouring into them and spending time, on a quarterly call at least, with them, talking to them. And our first pastors conference, we brought them in, all expenses paid, and we had them stay at a nice hotel in Antigua. A lot of them just, cried. They just couldn't believe they would ever even get to stay at a place like this. They've never stayed at a hotel or anything like this. So we brought them and their wives, their families into it. They stayed. They got everything covered for them. We went had a pastor's conference. We just spent time pouring into them, giving them lots of materials for personal development and growth, and really just really ministering and pouring into them the first couple days for the conference. Yeah, they left with just full and blessed, and then we went to their communities after that. So the whole next week, every day, we would go visit 2 or 3 churches. And beforehand, we would have the pastors go into their villages and evangelize in their villages and tell people that we were coming to bring food baskets. And they would have a church full of people from their community to come receive a food basket. Yeah. So when we would go visit the next week, they would already have these people that are unchurched in their church ready to receive food baskets. We'd come in, get to share the gospel with all these people. And we're talking anywhere from, some churches maybe had 30 people, some maybe have 60, just all different, amounts of people share the gospel. Lots of people getting saved, salvations. There's even healings and all kinds of cool stuff happening and all this stuff. And so then we give these $30 food baskets, which would feed a family of 4 for a month. So
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah. And so a $30 food basket, we think $30 ain't much, but there it's a lot. Yeah. It's a big food basket. So we gave out 500 food baskets last year. Wow. Which is a lot of money. It's a lot of food. But we had a group over there that put them all together. So we would go to all these churches and hand these food baskets out after we got to share the gospel. And then we'd tell everybody about this pastor. So this is awesome, man of God. It's a great church house to come to. You need to continue to grow and develop in your faith. And so we would see some of these churches that had like 2 or 3 families. And then, several months later, they'd be having 30 and 40 families come into their church and just growing, and they're continuing to grow. And one of them's already building another church, and we helped build a children's church at one of these places because these children were meeting under a tin roof in the dirt, all open side. That was their children's church. Yeah. And it's like, so we actually helped do some things like that as well. Yeah. But in all that, it's just, we see the fruit of it just continuing to grow these churches, build these pastors, because they're there every day, doing a lot of work in some really bad, rough conditions. And they just need some support. They need some help. And so that's what I've felt really called to. And, this year we have 16 pastors. So we're going July 22nd through August 1st. We're going to bring them in for an extra day on the conference to really pour into all them, all expense paid. We're covering all them coming in, and then we're going to do the same thing the next week, is go into these villages and do that. So that's what all the money is going toward. Like 100% of all that is going in Guatemala to help fund this pastors coming, but also the people that we're going to be feeding and doing the things there. So it's all for that. Yeah,
that's really commendable that y'all are doing that. I think that's awesome. I think I think the people you're bringing are coming way closer to God too. Yeah. It's just, for sure. When you bless people and do things for people, it's got a way of lifting you up. Yeah. And getting you in the right place, I think. So,
well, it's just, I think everybody in America needs to go on a mission trip somewhere,
just to experience something different.
You go to we're going to go to this landfill as well, that there isn't a church. We just go to bless the people there. Their life expectancy, I think, is 32 years old. These people grow up, born in this landfill, and they grow up there, and they're literally separating trash into piles for plastics and different things out of this nasty conditions. And it's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, horrible conditions. The smell is unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really bad that they live there. They live on site and they're doing all this. And so it's just really horrible. When you see some of these things and these conditions and these places where we're going, even the churches and the villages, it gives you a new appreciation for what we have and how blessed we really are.
Yeah.
And so I think everybody needs to experience something like that, because then you come back and be like, yeah, I can give up,
nice.
I can give up $30 a month or $30 whatever to help, fund something like that. Cause you see that need and how great it is. It makes you realize how blessed you really are.
Yeah. No, and I was born and raised in Blanchard. Blanchard is America to me. So I'm not real well traveled. I think it'd be great for me to go and experience something like that.
Yeah. I'd love to take you, man. We can go next year with us.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking. I love to take people when we go. I love to take different people. It's every year we've taken a new group of different people. Some of the same people go every year too. But first year I took my Aiden, my middle boy.
Okay.
Well, 2 years ago. Last year I took Preston, my youngest. This year, Christian over here, he's going this year. So
Nice.
this is his first time to go. So it's good. I think it's important for our kids to see that stuff, So, and we stay in some, it's not too bad a condition where we stay. We stay actually a pretty nice place in Antigua. It's kind of like a touristy place, community and area that's really nice. And then we travel into a lot of these areas. So it's not like a mission trip. Some of the mission trips I've been on have been really rough.
See, I'm kind of into that.
Yeah,
I'm kind of into
I've been
sleep
to
in a village.
Well, I've been to Uganda, Africa, where we're sleeping on a dirt floor, church floor. We got stuck because the rain. And I mean, I've been into where there's mud huts and really rough conditions, where you're like, I've been in some extreme places.
When we line up and go, just sign me up for that side of things. I'll get in deep.
I can see that about you.
Yeah.
I can see that about you. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun, man. You got to really be in tune and listening too. So, especially on that one in Africa, because it was back several years ago when we took that one, and that was back in Uganda, northern Uganda. There was a guy called Joseph Kony, and he had a Children of War is what it was called. He had an army of kids that he would desensitize and make them kill their parents, and he would go into villages and this mass murder people by these kids, and that was going on at the time. When we were there last time, and it was really rough conditions. You had to really be,
on high alert.
You had to really be listening to the Holy Spirit. Go, stay, whatever, too, sometimes. So we had some really bad situations we were close to. So,
Yeah. Just
Those
goes
are
to
scary.
show you how good we got it.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, is there anything else you want to chat about, man?
Man, that covers it for me. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your sponsorship and being a part of this. I'm grateful you're going to be here too. So we'll get to eat some good ribs and have a good time. And anybody else that's looking to enter, man, we're looking for a few more people that want to cook on the barbecue ribs. We're looking for a few more cars. They better sign up, because I know there's going to be a ton of people show up the day of, and there's not going to be room for your car. So if you don't sign up first, you're not going to be able to put your car in. You can come park around here. That's cool. But if you want to be parked out here, we only have, you've seen the parking lot. We're blocking the road off. The road's getting blocked there. We wouldn't even fit 50 because the way it's a small, we're landlocked here. So if you're planning on bringing a car, please sign up your car. You don't have to register. You don't have to pay. Just register so we save your spot. And it's coming in a few weeks.
I'm excited.
So I'm excited too.
Got
brother.
a lot of ribs to eat.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for coming on,
bet.
man. I appreciate you. And you guys, we want to see you. Ribs and Rods, June 27th, coming up.
Yes, sir.
It's 10 to 2 right here, 424 North Main Street in Blanchard, Out of the Box Church. So we're going to have a great time. Come join us. We'll see you then. God bless.